Deion Sanders' Colorado Buffaloes are predicted to hit a nosedive. On July 24th, Kevin Borba, on the Locked On Buffs podcast, decoded the upcoming days for the Buffs. And it does not look to be promising. Instead, Borba presents 3 reasons Deion's Big 12 dreams might hit a speed bump. Before Borba, there were big shots like ESPN analyst Paul Feinbaum, who expressed his maybes and mights about the chances of Colorado sharing the last laugh. Does this mean that the Big 12 poll results were right? The question is whether Deion's Buffaloes will bag the SEC title. And here's what Borba had to say about it. According to the analyst, the first roadblock to Colorado's Big 12 dreams will be to face one of the most grueling schedules. Borba pointed out, "I look at their schedule and I see North Dakota State. I see UCF Kansas State, Texas Tech, Utah, Kansas, and Oklahoma State. 7 of their 12 games are against teams who are going to run the football and will do it well." The last season's 4-8 narrative still nudges Deion's program a little and has lowered its confidence to some extent, which would pose a threat to facing off the Giants in the schedule. The last year's poor record was a part of their faulty defense. Borba shed light on last year's numbers. Colorado was very bad last year. They ranked 127 total defense, giving up 453 yards per game. Even though Deion has addressed the loopholes, making the most out of the transfer portal by revamping the O-line and D-line, they have yet to prove themselves. Besides, Pat Shurmur now serves as the offensive coordinator in Buffaloes. While people pin their hopes around the new coach, Borba confessed, "Pat Shurmur, while I do think he has some game management issues." That being the case, Feinbaum was not wrong with his predictions. On July 15th, the ESPN analyst paid a visit at First Take only to scoff at the possibility of Deion's Colorado making it to the Big 12 playoff. Feinbaum was not convinced that the Buffaloes would win since the path ahead would be challenging for the program. He said, "Anyone asking whether Deion Sanders and Colorado are close to the playoffs simply doesn't understand the reality of the road. They're not going to the playoffs this year. And I'm not sure Deion Sanders is ever going to get them to the playoffs because I don't think he has the patience to stay at Colorado long enough." Feinbaum just did not bash the Buffs HC directly. Instead, he pointed out his talents that would fumble during the rescue mission. "He's one of the most charismatic people we've ever seen, but Colorado is nothing. They don't matter. They're irrelevant in the big picture of college football," stated Feinbaum. The Big 12 CFB Media preseason poll dropped their results in July. And here's the plot twist nobody saw coming for Deion's Colorado. The group of 61 members came to the conclusion that Colorado would finish at number 11. Time to see if Deion could turn this flop into a blockbuster.